Okay, so what we're looking at today is installing a Hobie through hole wire setup. Okay, this is the unboxing. There's a couple of different choices here. Okay, there's also different sizes for different size cords, so you'll need to choose the right one that lines up to your cord. Okay, so here's the Hobie through hole adapter. Okay, this goes on the bottom side. You want to unscrew this, take this washer off, set that aside. That goes on the underneath. So basically, the scary part is this is where you got to drill a hole in your kayak, which nobody really wants to do, but that's what we're going to do. It needs to be this size, no bigger than that ring right there. So it's a pretty big hole in your kayak, but that's what's got to be done. And for this one, it's going right here on my boat. It's going to come out and go right to the transducer and then over to the unit itself. Okay, so we're going to mark this up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we found a Sharpie. We're going to mark this up. Now the tools that I'm going to use for this, I'm going to use one, I'm going to use a drill. Probably going to poke a couple holes in there, and then I'm going to go back with a Dremel and sand it out to make it smooth. I got a big enough hole in my kayak to sink it, but I also got a big enough hole so I can get my Dremel tool in there. Okay, I'm just using a rough sander bit to clean this up. Okay, we'll try to fit this on there the first time. I really want it to be super tight, so I'm going to try to squeeze it in there and get it as close as possible as I can. And it looks like that's going to work. Awesome. So my issue is that this is only, but these are only made to put 2 wires through at a time, which that's your power and your sonar goes back here, but I want my sonar to be in here in the drop down. So really I'm going to have 3 wires. So I'm going to have to pick one where I can squish 2 together and they work pretty good. Possibly the one that has the big hole and just squish all 3 together would be the best option. It won't be absolutely completely watertight the way they set it up, but how much water can get in there? I'm thinking drops. So that's my plan. Okay, so all this extra cable you got, you need to come over here and make sure that the notch part of your seal goes towards the nut. Okay, and then we got to thread all this extra cable through with the washer going first. Nice and hand tight, not too tight. Okay, and that's it. That's the Hobie through hole wiring kit.